나의 가지에 쌓인 시간들을 잊고 모난 말을 숨기고서 별을 읽었지. 어디로도 갈 수 없어 길을 잃었지. 세상에 없는 계절이 아득히 떨어진 새벽에 한숨만을 삼키고서 기다리곤 했지. 낯선 곳을 할 일 없이 헤매기만 했지. 오게 되어 이 밤을 건너줘. 부디 차가운 나의 손을 잡아줘. 지독히도 쉬어버린 나의 목소리 주워 담아 노랫말로 엮어줘. 하얀 너의 손등에 끝나지 않을 밤을 묻고 하얀 나의 가지에 쌓인 시간들을 잊고 모난 말을 숨기고서 별을 읽었지. 어디로도 갈 수 없어 길을 잃었지. 세상에 없는 계절이 아득히
Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, sickos and normies. Today is a day that will live in Kingdom Hearts infamy. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is officially canceled, a la an announcement from Square Enix. I'm going to pull that up in a moment here. But before we dive into all things Kingdom Hearts, chat, how we doing? How we doing? It's been a little while. As you could tell, we're in a new lodge that hasn't fully been resurrected yet. Still putting things up. Still got to get things on the wall. But the reason why the channel has been very slow, and those of you who tune into the occasional stream know why. But for those who may not be as familiar, the reason the channel has been very quiet in the new year is my wife and I purchased our first home, and we've spent the entire new year basically moving into this home, getting everything ready. And we're almost there. We're almost there. Almost there just in time for some of the wildest news in the world of Kingdom Hearts that you can imagine. I'm going to pull it up on the screen right here. Let's get this going. Let's talk about it. I'm going to have this in the backdrop. You guys understand how it works around here. But here, let's get the official announcement pulled up here. So again, it says, from the official Kingdom Hearts Missing Link Twitter, or X, whatever you call it, all preferences enveloped here. Development team announcement. We have made the decision to cancel the development of Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. We wish to convey our heartfelt apologies to everyone who has been looking forward to the start of service. Although we worked hard on developing and adjusting the game in the hope that it would be enjoyed by lots of players, we determined that it would be difficult for us to offer a service that players would find satisfactory over a long period of time, leading us to the decision to cancel development. A little bit more on that in a minute. I'll withhold my thoughts for now. We would like to take this opportunity to express our thanks to everyone who gave us their support and assistance with the multiple closed beta tests. We are truly sorry to have to make this announcement. The Kingdom Hearts series will continue. We are hard at work on Kingdom Hearts 4 and hope you'll continue to support the series as you keep an eye out for further updates. So there you have it. That is the official statement. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link has been canceled. Now, let's just get a little face to face here for a little bit, guys. Look, you guys know how I am around here. I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind, regardless if it's a popular take, unpopular take. I believe me, I've got. Anyway. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and say there's not a positive spin to be had on this. There are ways that today's news can absolutely be spun positively. Now, I'll expand on those later in the episode, but just to give an idea, of course, this very well could signal the end of all Kingdom Hearts mobile games. Everything from here on out very well may be console, because we don't just consider the fact that this game failed to launch. Remember that Dark Road was a flop. So they're 0 for 2 on the last 2 mobile titles. I think that era has passed. And I think for those of us who do primarily enjoy the console experience, there is something to be had there that is positive. However, I think anyone who thinks this is only a positive thing is not seeing the forest for the trees. And I'm definitely going to get into that today. But you know what? Let's give a shout out to a lot of the early birds we have in the chat. Between Will's Word, Loro, formerly Umbra, Max Hall back in the house, Zeb, Cheese Puff, Luz, Sid, Alexia, VIP in the house, Will's Word, David, Crystal, Phoenix, the Curried Snag, Quarters, David, it's Tiger Weirdo. It's so good to see all you guys. I do miss you guys. I want to let you guys know that. I know the channel's been slow with me moving into this house and everything, but I do genuinely miss you guys. And as you can see, we're almost fully resurrected. I did not plan on going live today, but with the news we got, I felt like I had to. I felt like it was time for the sickos and normies to convene and discuss, which again, like I said, will be a day that lives in Kingdom Hearts infamy. You know, never ask a woman her age, never ask a man his salary, never ask a Kingdom Hearts fan what happened on May 14th, 2025. Anyway, look, let me maybe give, I guess, what I'll call my Missing Link eulogy, right? Look, I'm one of the people who are incredibly excited for this game. I have to be honest. I don't care for mobile games. I played Union Cross for a while. I didn't really care for the gameplay, but the story, as always, had me fully engaged. Ever Crisis was a fun. I probably put a good 30 to 40 hours into Ever Crisis. I had a really good time with it. I'm not gonna really play it anymore, but 30 to 40 hours into a mobile game, I mean, that's pretty good. I spent like maybe $5 buying a Tifa skin because I'm based, but that's about it. For $5, I got 30, 40 hours out of it, and we're still keeping up with the story. For those of you FF7 fans out there, we will be doing a First Soldier podcast episode in the next couple of days. But it's Kingdom Hearts Day today. It's Kingdom Hearts Day today. A swig for the hardworking men and women at Square Enix, including those in the mobile division. Okay. Now, again, back to my Missing Link eulogy. I was genuinely excited for this game. You know, the story is a big part of what excites me in Kingdom Hearts, but gameplay is, I won't say is what primarily keeps me around, because I feel like I could lose my hands and I would still watch the scenes on YouTube. I'd ask my wife to use the remote, you know, or I'd get really good with my feet or my nose. I mean, I got a pretty good beak. I can make it work. But you could take away my hands and like the story, I'll still follow the story until I'm done. Are you sad about Missing Link? Absolutely. I'm upset about it. I'm not upset with the team. I'm not upset with the team, right? We'll get into that. Back to my little eulogy here. The thing about Missing Link that I was looking forward to the most, because like I said, you could take off my hands, I'll still follow the story. But with Kingdom Hearts, the gameplay really to me is what's so engaging, right? I've put hundreds of hours into Kingdom Hearts 3 and Kingdom Hearts 2, and most of that is gameplay. I've spent more times playing these games than watching the cutscenes, even though that's primarily what we do here is talk the cutscenes and analyze them and story theories and stuff like that. But Missing Link's gameplay, I have to say, I heard very good things about from people who played the beta. I didn't get to play in the beta. I am from North America, was not as lucky as my European friends, or you know, those who got in Japan. But check it, guys. The thing that I'm really going to miss, and you know that if you've been around this channel because I've talked about it, was I was really looking forward to doing raid battles with all you guys. You know, Kingdom Hearts is a series built, one of the major primary themes is friendship and making connections and working together. And I was really looking forward to making connections and playing with friends and working together to defeat giant heartless boss raids and stuff like that. Like, that's what I was looking forward to. For a series that's so thematically tied to working together, making friends, making connections, we're like locked into this one-player campaign world. And Missing Link offered a break from that in a way that not even Union Cross could achieve. And I think that's the biggest tragedy here, ultimately, is Kingdom Hearts fans are losing the vehicle that would have allowed us all to play together. And I think in a series like Kingdom Hearts, that's still very special. And look, I have two dream Kingdom Hearts games. Two dream Kingdom Hearts games. The number one dream Kingdom Hearts game is a numbered title where the party is Sora, Riku, and Kairi, and I would love for it to be like the finale of the Lost Masters arc. That's my dream game. Don't have expectations. I take what I get. Right? You get what you get. You don't get upset. I learned that when I was fucking 4. That's right. Okay, good. We're past the 10-minute mark. I can curse. But pardon my French. My number 2 dream game is for an MMO-like Kingdom Hearts game. For those who maybe played Final Fantasy XIV or currently play it or play World of Warcraft, or even if you're an OG and you played RuneScape, a second dream Kingdom Hearts game is like an MMO-style game, much like FF14, World of Warcraft, RuneScape, pick your favorite. Missing Link was almost like an MMO junior, and I thought that if this game could be successful, it could pave the way, right? Everybody wants the Union Cross remake. Imagine like a full-blown Union Cross MMO. But again, I don't want to be a dreamer here, right? We got bitch slapped by reality today, so I don't want to speculate and conjure up too many dreams here. But those are my 2 dream Kingdom Hearts games. And primarily with that second one is, again, a Kingdom Hearts game that you could play with friends online, defeat Heartless, work together. I don't think there's any replacing that. Hey, yo, Knuckles, what's up, guys? Knuckles in the chat. Knuckles is a longtime personal friend of mine. He's playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time ever. He's not faking it, okay? He's not one of these people who played as a kid and now are going to pretend to play for the first time online. But Knuckles X30 in the chat is playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time. He's doing steady uploads. And in a world where now Missing Link is canceled and now we're just waiting on Kingdom Hearts 4, watching someone like him experience the series for the first time, very refreshing. So if you see Knuckles X30 in the chat, give him a follow, subscribe to him on YouTube. He's on Twitter. Shout out to him. Good to see you, buddy. But let's get back to it. Again, like I said, the prospects of an MMO that Missing Link promised, to me, was the most enticing thing. And I think a big tragedy is that it's lost. Because I'll be honest with you guys, you know what I don't think is lost? What I don't think is lost is the story. I think we're going to get this story one way or another. I really do believe that. I mean, whether they release the cutscenes like they did with Dark Road, right? Dark Road got canceled. More Dark Road flopped. But they still released all those cutscenes anyway. It's possible Missing Link gets a similar treatment. Additionally, maybe we don't get the full-fledged cutscenes, but like Union Cross, we get a back cover movie. Something like that is possible. The reason why I focus on the tragedy of lost gameplay is because, again, I think we're getting the story. I think if you are interested in this story, Andy Brew in the chat, what's up, brother? If you are interested in the story, you're going to get it. They'll find a way to give it to you, whether it gets spread out throughout flashbacks in the Lost Masters arc, whether it's YouTube uploaded cutscenes like Dark Road, whether it's a Union Cross style movie like Back Cover. Again, we've seen the Kingdom Hearts team utilize all these different avenues. We're going to get the story, guys. I can tell you right now, maybe I'll be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll take egg on my face. Literally, if I'm wrong, if we never get the Missing Link story, you guys want to hold me to this 10 years from now, I will smash an egg on my face. I'll do it, okay? That's my promise to you guys. But I do believe we're going to get this story, this plot, the lore in one way or another. Those of you who have been keeping up with the Kingdom Hearts story, you know how important this Scala is going to be to the future, okay? The whole ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 was about connecting the Union Cross era to the modern era and how Missing Link was going to be the missing link between those two eras. We're going to get the story. We're going to get the story. I don't think we have anything to worry about. Again, I think a whole carton? I don't know about a whole carton. I don't know about a whole carton. But I'll do at least one. Crack it right on my face live on camera. That's a promise. That's a promise, okay? Not gonna love, bro. I think that story is lost to find. I think you maybe mean lost to time. I mean, it's possible we never get it, but it'll be in secret reports at the least. Like, at the very least, bottom of the barrel, you'll get it in secret reports. Trousers is here. Kokiri is here. If we got a novel, I'd be happy too. I'd be fine with a novel. I mean, utilize other mediums. Like, I know these aren't canon, but the Kingdom Hearts mangas are great. If you wanted to deliver, I don't think anybody would mind. If you wanted to deliver some of these mobile games in a manga-style medium, I mean, anyway, I'm spiraling here. Let's take it back to Missing Link. Later, Vitrin. It was good to see you here, Vitrin. I know the news has been hard on you, Vitrin. I've been seeing you on Twitter. Don't worry, Vitrin. The sun will shine on us Kingdom Hearts fans again. Let me say that, okay? Dude, I know today sucks, okay? I know today sucks, but I promise you, sickos and normies, I promise you, as Kingdom Hearts fans, the sun will shine on us again. It will. But today is not that day. Today, brothers, sisters, children of light, today is not that day. Today, darkness has prevailed and the light has expired. But I really wouldn't worry too much. I think Papa Nomura has plans for this. And I think, again, in one way or another, we will get the story. Any chance the KH4 story could be in dev hell? I don't know if it's in Versus 13 hell. I don't know about that because Versus 13 was like a new IP. Kingdom Hearts is the continuation of an IP. So I don't think you have to worry too much. I think, all right, it's time for the reality check. Okay? We'll do that. We'll do the reality check part now. Cheers. Yoko Shimomura sounded devastated. Well, yeah, she made original music. I could pull up her tweet later. But, she made original music for this game that might never see the light of day. I mean, eventually it will, but it might never see the light of day. That's gotta suck. That's gotta suck, because if she's written the music, then I'm sure she knows things about the story and what was to come. So I'm sure she's as devastated as anybody. Oi, Lanny, before I dip out for the day, link me to your Discord so I could be a sage again. Yeah, let me do that. Let me drop the Discord. Again, guys, I know the channel has been quiet to start the new year. But again, now that I'm finally moved into this new home, we can get rolling again soon. Don't you worry. Let me see here. Invite people. Here's a Discord link for everybody. I will say, in this inevitable Kingdom Hearts drought, I will be doing a lot of live streaming. I'll upload the occasional video and we'll do occasional podcasts, but so long as we're sort of in this little drought, I'm going to definitely be doing a lot of live streams. All right. Now that we got that settled. Oh, God, I've not even been looking at Twitch chat this whole time. Oh, God, Folsey's here. Loro's here. Loro is Umbra. That's right. Anix is here. Oh, what's going on, guys? Sorry, I haven't even been looking over at the Twitch chat. Let me pull you guys over here. Let me pull you. We're getting close to 1,000 followers on Twitch, sickos and normies. We are getting close to 1,000 followers on Twitch. If you want to help us bridge that gap, I think that'd be pretty cool. I'll grab that link too while I'm at it, and then we'll get back to the Kingdom Hearts of it all. Okay. Again, if you want to help us reach 1,000 on Twitch, we're getting pretty close. Getting pretty close. If you want to help us close that gap. Okay. Now, let's do a little reality check here. And I want to make something very clear. Observing something as true, observing that something is true, is not the same as supporting it or saying it's a good thing. I'm going to say that one more time, because I speak in a way where I make an observation, and sometimes that gets misconstrued that I'm maybe supporting this observation or supporting that idea. So observing something is true is not the same as supporting it or saying it's a good thing. Now, we mentioned earlier in the episode that one of the good things that can come from this is that this does pretty much signal the end of the Kingdom Hearts mobile era. Dark Road flopped. Missing Link didn't even launch. I doubt Square Enix is going to want to put more resources into a medium that has swung and missed for the last 2 pitches. So I just don't. I think if you're going to extract the silver lining is that Kingdom Hearts will pretty much be console only from here on out. And PC, but you get the point. The console experience. I think the other silver lining that can be extracted from this silver lining is that for casuals, this is a good thing. The casuals were not going to know anything about Missing Link. The casuals, by way of not wanting to play a mobile game and not caring enough to be online like the rest of us, we're going to be boxed out from this lore, boxed out from this story in one way or another. So the good news is that Kingdom Hearts 4 just became a lot more compatible to a casual Kingdom Hearts fan. So again, those are our silver linings. That the mobile era's more than likely done and everything you get will be controller focused now. And that for casuals, the Kingdom Hearts series is now just, Kingdom Hearts 4 is more compatible. It really, remember that Nomura's vision for KH4 is that he wants it to feel like KH1 in the sense that it's a new beginning. It's a new start. That somebody will be able to start at KH4, play the Lost Masters arc, and if intrigued enough, will go back to the Darkseeker saga and have all those moments like, whoa, that makes sense now. Oh, I never knew that. Right? I primarily played these games in release order, but I'm someone who played Chain of Memories before Kingdom Hearts 1, and it made Kingdom Hearts 1 kind of a crazy experience for me as a kid. So, like, I'm not a purist in that people have to play these games in release order. I know they're ideal, but I really actually do believe the party line that you can start somewhere and move backwards and forwards as you wish, right? But again, release order is primary. But let's get back to it now. Now that we've pointed out the silver linings, those of you who would watch Morning Quest, you might know where I'm going with this. If you are aware of Square Enix's financials, console games have not been making them profit. They've been selling well by industry standard. Games like Final Fantasy XVI and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth have sold well generally speaking. But the problem is Square Enix has spent so much time and resources and money developing those games that even with their decent sales, not mind-blowing sales, right? Even with their decent sales, it's not enough to turn a profit. So Square Enix in the last couple years has not really profited off of console games. And this has not been like some drought for Square Enix console games. We're talking about a period of time where we got FF7 Rebirth and Final Fantasy 16. I mean, that's as flagship Square Enix as you can get. You know what I'm saying? And still, console games did not turn much of a profit. Outside of that, allow me to say that Square Enix profits have not been very good. However, one of their saving graces have been two things. One, Final Fantasy XIV. The profits they're making from Final Fantasy XIV and those subscription services and prices have been an absolute boon for the company and is keeping them above water. The other segment that has been profitable for Square Enix over the last few years would be mobile games. That's right. Much as we may detest them, mobile games have been more profitable for Square Enix than console games. So, the Kingdom Hearts mobile game getting canceled, there's no way of spinning this, guys. That's bad news for the Kingdom Hearts brand. That's good news for those of us that primarily enjoy the console experience, but for the Kingdom Hearts brand and longevity, this mobile game getting canceled is not a good thing. 14 hasn't been doing great this last year. Tom, I'm getting there. Because this is where I'm saying to people, look, there is no guarantee Square Enix is around tomorrow. There's no guarantee they're around in a year, 5 years, 10 years. There's no guarantee, guys. The company is not caking. You know what I mean? They're not Capcom right now. They're not Shift Up. They're not Sandfall Interactive. Play Expedition 33. It's really good. But it's like they're not caking. They're not caking. They are at their means. Now, as Tom pointed out, I mentioned how 14 has been an absolute boon for Square Enix. Keep in mind that 14 is on a really down year. Still doing well by an MMO standards, but they're having a down year. A down year that they haven't seen since Stormblood. That's a long time, guys. Now, the mobile games, the other profitable segment of Square Enix, has been shutting down service after service after service. Okay? Service after service after service. The Nier mobile game got shut down. Our Kingdom Hearts mobile games got shut down. Lots and lots of Final Fantasy mobile games got shut down. Ever Crisis is still rolling. And from what I can gauge, Ever Crisis is still doing well. But just to give you an idea, guys, and until they update us on the sales of FF7 Rebirth, I'd be willing to bet that Square Enix has turned much more of a profit on Ever Crisis than they have Rebirth. I'll say that again. I'd be willing to bet that even though Rebirth, in my opinion, one of the greatest RPGs of the last 10 years, especially of the action genre, the mobile game Ever Crisis is likely more profitable than Rebirth. This is going to bring me to one of my next points, something I want to share with you guys. Okay? We're not going to go too far into it. I will link this article. But this is something that dropped by Fandom Pulse today. Square Enix announces 3-year plan to reboot and awaken the company. Guys, this is like Square Enix, in case of emergency, break glass. That's where I think we're at. There's a fire in the building. They have a plan. They have a system to deal with it. But there's a fire in the building. In case of emergency, break glass. That's where it seems we are. Now, I don't want to get too into it because there's a lot of stuff here. But ultimately, and let me link this into the chat so you guys can read this if you wish. Let's throw that in there for you guys. Later, Max. Thanks for hanging out, man. I think again, I linked that article in the chat for you guys. I'll throw it in the description of the episode for those who may be watching back. One second. If you're not FF7, Square doesn't care about you. You know, Dark Star, I welcome that opinion. Obviously, all opinions are welcome here. I don't agree. This idea that Square is like babying FF7 and nothing else, I'm sorry. I just don't think that's true. I think that ignores a lot of their great releases in the last few years. Like Octopath Traveler, like Neo The World Ends With You, like other Final Fantasy titles like Stranger of Paradise, FF16, Final Fantasy 14. I mean, if you want to make the argument, if you're not Final Fantasy, Square doesn't care, there's maybe some truth to be had there, but it completely ignores how successful games like Nier have been. And Square Enix can't reach into Yoko Taro and make him just make a game like that. There's provisions that come with that. If you wanted to make the argument that they only care about Final Fantasy, sure. But the idea that Square only cares about FF7 and that like FF7 is holding up Kingdom Hearts, I'm telling you right now, that's not how it is. I could say that with confidence. Aren't those games 5 years old or older? Not Octopath Traveler 2 and not Neo The World Ends With You. The original Octopath and original World Ends With You are older titles, but Traveler 2 and what did I just say? Neo The World Ends With You are within the last few years. And you have to remember too, I think Square might soften the blow at a KH4 trailer. All right, look, here's what I'm going to say. None of us should have any expectations that they will. Dragon Quest is very cherished by Square Enix. Exactly, Tom. Dragon Quest just dropped the HD 2D there for Dragon Quest 3. They're doing that for 1 and 2. They're working on Dragon Quest 12. They're just running into issues. Triangle Strategy sold well for the type of game it was. Exactly. Like, Square's putting out a lot of stuff. You know? Saga. Yeah, it's Saga. Saga Front, what's it called? Saga 2, I played on the PS5, was fucking great. Anyway, let's get back into it here. Let's get back into Missing Link. Okay. Square just teamed up with Magic the Gathering. Yeah. I think the artwork we're getting is cool. I don't know how much that's actually going to help the brand. But anyway, let's get back into it here. None of us should be expecting a trailer. I think it could happen. It could happen any moment. It could happen tomorrow. It could be Summer Games Fest. But I just want to avoid the line of thinking that because Missing Link, Romancing Saga 2. Thank you. That's what I was trying to get at. Romancing Saga 2 remake, amazing. Shout out to Square Enix. They sent me a free copy. I've been meaning to put up like a review of it or some kind of podcast episode talking about it. It's so much fun. I've never played a Romancing Saga game. Romancing Saga 2 was so much fun. Oath is here. What's going on, Oath? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Well, we're on them now. So again, I just think people should avoid the line of thinking that because Missing Link is canceled, Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer is coming. I think we have to avoid that line of thinking. I think, of course, it's possible. Like I said, it could come tomorrow. It could pop in Summer Games Fest. It could be Tokyo Game Show. Who knows? But I really think if you want to save yourself stress and if you want to save yourself being let down, you need to operate simply on what Square Enix is telling you. Okay? We've talked about it. All winter, all early spring. We heard rumors. Kingdom Hearts going to be here. Kingdom Hearts going to be there. Square Enix event this day. Square Enix going to push it to that day. They're going to drop it at this point. Oh, this many days. None of it was true. None of it was true. The only thing you should operate on is what Square Enix officially releases. They said they're still working on KH4. I wish, and I'll be honest, I wish they said something like, and you could look forward to seeing more of Kingdom Hearts 4 this summer, or something like that. I wish they said something like that, right? I wish they said something like, hey, we had to cancel this game. We're still working on Kingdom Hearts 4. You can expect to see it or hear more about it this year. Even if they just said this year, right? That's, of course, what I would have preferred. But they didn't say that. Okay? They didn't say, we will show you more of 4 this year, or you can look forward to learning more about it this year. They didn't say that. So until they do, we should operate as if they're not going to show anything this year. And then if they do, we can all be excited and flip out and have a great time. But I think a lot of people set themselves up for disappointment when they engage in these lines of thinking of like, oh, it's been X amount of days since a trailer, therefore at the next event it must show up. Or, hey, since Missing Link was canceled, they gotta show us something for 4 to win us back. Sadly, things don't work that way. I wish they did. This is part of what I was saying before. Observing something is true is not the same as supporting it. Me observing this is true, it's not the same as me saying this is good or this is what Square Enix should do. I'm trying to save a lot of you the stress that in that official, I'll just pull it up. In this official statement, they did not say, okay, you can keep an eye out for further updates. They didn't say further updates this year or this summer. So who knows? Who knows? We'll get to it. But let's go back to here. So those are my thoughts on that. Honestly, if you miss Kingdom Hearts and you want to make the wait easier, going through the Dark Seeker saga, again, might be worth your while. I might start streaming some Kingdom Hearts 2 because I was playing 1 earlier in the year and I've been playing 2 again. And then I'm even tempted to go back to Chain of Memories. But anyway, Josh G says, the idea that Square doesn't care about Kingdom Hearts is crazy. They have to work with Disney to create it, which means it will always take longer considering modern development. Absolutely. I think a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans are triggered by how efficient and communicative the FF7 team is. Because, like, look, I feel very fortunate to be an FF7 fan in this time because they're always providing updates. They're always communicating, doing interviews, letting you know how it's going, what it's being developed in, voice actors in the studio, right? But that's because Square has full control over that. You can't say Disney owns Kingdom Hearts when it's convenient for Disney, and then when it's inconvenient for Square Enix, you just blame them for everything, right? Square Enix does have to go through Disney. This is a Disney IP, which means anytime, likely, I don't know for sure, but likely anytime they open their lips about it, they have to console with Disney. As opposed to FF7, where they own it outright. So yes, they can check in regularly. They can have full control over development and PR. It really is apples and oranges. You can't compare the way these two series are being treated because one of these series is owned by Square Enix and one of the series is not. Ooh, that was a good sip. To be honest, I just want the Lost Master arc. I just want the Lost Masters arc about the Dark Seeker saga. Well, let me tell you something. I think every Kingdom Hearts fan would be wise to cherish the Dark Seeker saga. Because none of us know how many flops Square Enix is away from getting bought out, going out of business. Let's get mad at Disney instead. I don't think the answer is to get mad. I think being upset, perfectly reasonable. You know? Jeremiah Juck says, the whole situation is definitely brought on by the restructuring from the new president. I just wonder what's next for Kingdom Hearts, though, and how much Disney is identifying these changes and what both companies are agreeing on. Well, look, here's where I actually want to give Square Enix credit. And now you guys know, I've criticized them a lot on this channel, especially as of late. And bless them, they still work with me about it. But, like, here's the thing. The company made a decision that they're going to live and die by their console experience. Okay? The numbers at Square Enix are clear. Mobile games and online service make the most money. But if we're looking at what Square Enix is doing, they're axing the mobile games. And they're doubling down on the console experience. Maybe I'm being a bit of a shill. Chat, if I'm shilling, let me know if I'm shilling. But to me, I actually think that's a decision worth celebrating. Even though Missing Link being canceled is upsetting to me, right? I was looking forward to it. It'll be fun. It was going to be fun, rather. But Square Enix doubling down on the console experience, and even though mobile games have been more profitable, they're moving forward with cutting out live service and mobile games and focusing on quality over quantity and doubling down on the console experience. I think that's a good decision, and I think that's them respecting their audience. Not quite shilling yet. Okay, good. Treading on the line, but not there yet. Thank you, Tom. I agree 100%. I mean, they could have invested into pachinko machines like another game company we know. I know. Such a heartbreak. But I think them focusing on the console experience and downsizing to focus on that experience is a respect for their audience. People blame Nomura for everything with Kingdom Hearts, but we have no idea which choices were those of management, even above him, and what role he played. Exactly. That's where I always end up feeling bad for Nomura. If Nomura could wave a magic wand and this game was made and published and profitable, he would, right? But it's not up to him. It's up to him to create the game and direct the creation of that game. Is there any chance we'll be able to get the lore from Missing Link without the game, like back cover? We were talking about this earlier, The Honored One. I think you're going to get the story delivered to you in one way or another. I think fans can feel confident about that. I think fans can feel confident that we're going to get this in one way or another. Now, there are many ways it can be delivered to you. Again, you can get it in a Union Cross style movie. You can get the back cover cutscenes uploaded on YouTube. Not back cover. You can get like Dark Road, where the cutscenes were uploaded on YouTube. Or you'll get flashback sequence throughout the Lost Masters arc. Either way, this story is going to get delivered to us. Well, people have been wanting a Kingdom Hearts anime. Here's our chance. I don't know, bro. I think they're downsizing on their productions. And I actually think I wouldn't be surprised if all we get from now on are numbered titles. That's the impression I'm getting, by the way. That's the impression all these moves they've been making are giving me. Now, initially, I thought all these mobile games were getting axed because they were making room on their servers for new mobile games. But it doesn't actually appear to be that way. It actually appears as though they're axing this department to feed this department. Or not even to feed it, but they're just downsizing to stay focused on one focused kind of experience. You know? I feel like there's so much story to wrap up, and I'm really worried about Nomura's potential retirement. Guess we'll see. Yeah, that's why I think we're see, and then when you factor that in, I think we're only getting numbered titles. I think that's it from now on. Maybe we get the occasional fighting game, rhythm game, Warriors game, you name it, spin-off, subtitle. But I think you're going to see much more of a focus on numbered titles. I really do. That's what this looks like to me. Landon, do you think we'll get Kingdom Hearts 4 news at Summer Games Fest? I have no expectation. This is kind of my mantra about this. I have no expectation. I know a lot of people may have thought over the last year I've been a bit of a Debbie Downer or like a hype killer. I'm not trying to be a hype killer. I'm just saying I see how things have played out in the post-Kingdom Hearts 3 world, and we would just be wise to only go off what Square Enix is telling us. That's all. If we're only getting numbered titles, we are absolutely ending on KH7. That's what I want. I mean, ideally. I think that would be amazing. KH4 could be Nomura's last game? I don't think so. I don't think it will be. Will we get KH5 before KH4? At this point, it's possible. Let's see here. Okay. I have no expectations either. Hoping? Yes. Expecting? Not really. That's where I'm at. Sky. I have no expectation, but I have a lot of hope. Square Enix could have switched Missing Link to PC. If Missing Link got the Switch, it's a switch to console. But I gotta be honest, guys, I don't think that's what happened here. I don't think Missing Link's getting retooled into a console game. I don't. I know that's some people's theory. I hope I'm wrong. I'll say that. I really hope I'm wrong. Sitting down and playing this game on my PlayStation or my Switch is infinitely preferable. But I just don't think that's what happened here. I just don't. Landy, do you think Disney's own GPS mobile game was a sign for the end of Missing Link? I don't really think there's a correlation. I don't think there's a correlation. I think Disney has the luxury. You got to understand this about Disney. All right? Disney has a luxury that they can operate things at a loss. That's Disney's luxury. So that mobile GPS game, I can't comment as to whether or not it's profitable. But even if it's not profitable, Disney can afford to leave it up there simply to act as advertisement, whether overt or subliminal, right? For instance, since the day Disney purchased Marvel Comics, the comic books have not been profitable. Now we're talking about almost 2 decades of not profitable comic books being sold by Disney. Why are the comics still there? Because they can afford that as a subsidy, because to them, they're advertising the movies, be it overt or subliminal. This is how Disney operates because they're such a fat cat. They can afford to have the movies of Marvel subsidize the comic books so that the comic books, regardless of whether or not they're successful, Disney could justify them as a either, again, overt advertising or subliminal. Okay? Like, for instance, a Marvel comic book, the cover will look good and it'll get like 30,000 likes online, but it'll sell 300 copies. And that, remember, those are the copies sold to retailers, not what the retailers sold to the individual. Anyway, we're branching off into a whole other realm of conversation. Let's bring it back into Missing Link. So, going back to Missing Link, with Square Enix can't afford to subsidize. You know what I'm saying? They can't afford to subsidize. They're not that fat of a cat. They need whatever they're doing to be profitable. They can't afford to leave Union Cross just on the App Store as subliminal advertising because it costs money on their servers to do so. So I just don't think so. Landy, I did hear troubling news about Square being pursued by some Japanese firm that helps companies make a profit. Pretty sure Night Sky Prince did a video about it. First I'm hearing of it. It wouldn't surprise me. You have to understand, when companies like Square Enix are in a vulnerable position where they're not a sinking ship, but they're not a soaring bird either. They're kind of just at even. Lots of companies prey, a lot of big firms, IP firms like Tencent, prey upon that. You know, they prey upon that kind of operation, you know? In a strange way, when you think about it, Missing Link is now a truly unwritten era due to the cancellation. Yeah, Missing Link is now the most meta Kingdom Hearts game of all time. No refuting it, right? Nomura could create a Missing Link manga book. I would read the Missing Link manga. I think Union Cross should get a manga adaptation. Again, it's nothing they haven't done before. I think the mangas are really good. I think the artwork is really good. Like, here, I got a good spread for you guys here. Again, the artwork is really good. Like, this is a great way to deliver the medium if you want, you know? Like, you could do it. You could do it. Looks good. Right? That's all. I prefer, everyone's talking about an anime and a movie. It's like, screw that, man. Just make Missing Link and Union Cross into cool mangas like that. And again, obviously, I would also like the cutscenes and a back cover movie and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, just another thing. If you are so unsure about KH4 at Summer Game Fest, Lanny, then what do you think will happen? I'm losing hope. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, okay? All right, now for my PSA, my optimistic PSA. Kingdom Hearts fans should not lose hope. Missing Link being canceled does not change the fact that hundreds to 1,000 plus people are working on Kingdom Hearts 4 as we speak. As we speak, Kingdom Hearts 4 is being worked on. I don't think Kingdom Hearts fans should lose hope. I don't think they should lose hope. I think they should be nervous. Sonny Novus in the chat. I think they should be nervous about the fact that Square Enix's performance as a company hasn't been very good as of late. That should be nerve-wracking, because if another company is responsible for developing these Kingdom Hearts games, they're going to lose their atmosphere, they're going to lose their charm, and if Square Enix gets bought out by another company that just replaces Square Enix with their own personnel, the games, that's it. That's the nail in the coffin, in my opinion. Not everyone has to agree. Not everyone has to agree. Anyway. Missing Link Disney musical on Broadway, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. You know, I thought about opening this episode by singing Amazing Grace while holding like a candle to have like a funeral for Missing Link. Maybe we can still do that. Maybe I'll burn some incense. We'll have a little Missing Link funeral at the end. But Kingdom Hearts 4 is not in trouble. Right? And man, got me thinking now. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 4 is not in any danger. And I think Kingdom Hearts fans don't have to worry about the series continuing on. Again, we've talked about the positive spins, less mobile games, more console games, the series being more approachable to casuals, right? Crucial lore, not locked behind a phone game. These are positives that can be extracted. Again, the negativity, or rather the negative spin, is that this does hurt the Kingdom Hearts brand. This does hurt the fan base morale, but here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. We even if we have dark times ahead of us, and we come back in May of 2026 and we've still heard nothing, Kingdom Hearts morale can be so low that it's beneath the ground. It goes further into the trenches of hell than Dante Alighieri could ever dream of. But the day they show a new Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, the hype's completely back. The morale, the hype, the craziness, the excitement, the fun, it's all back at the blink of an eye. So again, no matter how dark things get, no matter how quiet the series get, no matter how long we go without seeing or hearing anything, the second that we do, we are back in a tidal wave of excitement. So that's where I tell people not to worry, right? This news can upset you. You can desire better communication from the team. All of that is valid. But don't lose hope. I don't think it's valid to lose hope. Definitely, at least not yet. Do you think we will get anything this year, Landy? My gut tells me we'll see something. My gut does tell me we will see something. I am just not going to expect it. Try being a Star Fox fan. Dude, I'm a Star Fox fan. I'm a Soul Calibur fan. I'm a Kid Icarus fan. Like, do you understand what I've been through? Like, the fact a KH4 trailer exists, I don't have a Soul Calibur 7 trailer to cling to. I don't have a Kid Icarus trailer to cling to. I don't have a Star Fox trailer to cling to. I could probably dig up more. But I won't. A KH4 trailer exists. It was directly referenced in a press release today that they're working on it. Kingdom Hearts, that's my announcement, guys. The big announcement. Kingdom Hearts exists. It's okay. Kingdom Hearts exists. And no matter how dark and quiet the series gets, there's a light that never goes out. Do with that what you will. Don't listen to Landy. All hope is lost, boys. Bring in the Black Pillars. Send in the Black Pillars. Oh, God. Hey, man, at least Star Fox got an ending. Granted, nobody likes Command, but still. But there's like 12 endings to Command. Kingdom Hearts is real. Kingdom Hearts is real. Kingdom Hearts exists. All of us are alive at the peak of recorded human history. And though today may be a dark day for us Kingdom Hearts fans, tomorrow is a new day, and an announcement will find us one day. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, maybe not even this year, but one day it will happen. It's been promised, right? It's been like, thank Naminé. Kingdom Hearts 4 has been promised, and it exists, and it will come, but at a steep price. True darkness. Yeah, baby. Oh, God. Does it exist, though? As far as today is concerned, it does. Both KH4 and GTA 6 out next year. Honestly, I would love that. I would love that. Okay. Landy, you sound like a priest preaching your ideals to us in some creepy cult. If that's what it takes to bring hope back to the Kingdom Hearts fans, then so be it. Then so be it. Black pill stocks are booming? No, it's I think I texted someone today. I was like, Kingdom Hearts is in a bear market. I'm bearish on Kingdom Hearts for the first time in years. It has been etched. Absolutely. At the steep price of $80. Another conversation for another day. Jesus, Landy should be a motivational speaker. I would make a great motivational speaker. I'd also be really good at being that guy. You know, when they do the rowboat competitions and you have the guy at the end of the boat who's got to yell and coach them like, ah! I'd be so good at that. Oh, God. We worship the Kingdom Hearts. It will come. It will come. Axel looks so good in the mangas. He really does. A lot of the manga art is really cool. It's my job to be the darkness to Landy's light and black pill the chat. No, that gives us a fair and balanced chat. That's what I would like. I don't want an echo chamber. If I'm spitting too much light, you go ahead and you spit some darkness into that chat. Okay. Just got off work and been listening. I need your take on how you think Missing Link Absent will affect the story right now. So here's my plain old take. I don't think there's any way of getting around Missing Link being delayed will prolong the development of Kingdom Hearts 4. I think the story is going to remain unaffected. Okay? I think the story is going to remain completely unaffected. If I'm being honest. I think the way it's delivered to us may be affected, right? Maybe now it's delivered via flashback or via some kind of cutscene upload. But we're going to get that story. To be honest, I'm very concerned about the Missing Link story being lost. I hope they release it as a novel at least. Again, and maybe I'm being a little too optimistic, but I do think the Missing Link story will get delivered to us in one way or another. I think we can feel confident about that. I know at least I do. I think the story will be unaffected. Nomura loves Brain way too much. You know what I'm saying? The delivery's been affected. The story itself has been unaffected. I'm hoping that we get a KH4 and Persona 6 release announcement this summer. Yeah, me too. Persona 6. That could be fun. Let's see. Did you know there is a church actually called Kingdom Hearts, and that there is a Kingdom Hearts glass painting in another church? All I'm saying is Sora might overtake Jesus as humanity's Messiah one day. Well, there is a lot of theological and Christian symbolism in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, we've seen Square Enix do that a lot with a lot of their titles. I know Nomura said that Missing Link would tie into KH4, so I'm curious about the effect on 4's story because of that. Again, I think it's unaffected. I think Nomura has a plan for the story that will remain uncompromised. Now, maybe we get several cutscene movies delivered in tandem with the release of KH4 and the tease of it, but that's what I'll say. Let me check my notes real quick, guys. I had a number of things I wanted to make sure I got across today. I want to make sure I got all of it, so just give me a second here. Okay. But it is funny that there is sort of a meta narrative to it. I think they should just land the plane with the Quadratum and Foreteller's arc and call it a series. It's sad, but the way they string it along, the community is painful. Ted, we've talked about that on this channel for a bit. I'm in complete support of that idea. I think that the Lost Masters arc with the Master of Masters and Quadratum and Yozora, this should be the final arc. This should be the final saga. And then if they want to continue the series, you do a whole new universe that has no connection to Nomura's story, Sora's story. You keep that contained. You keep that sacred between the Dark Seeker saga and the Lost Masters arc and whatever saga that's going to paint into. Yeah, I'm in complete support of that. I would like for a series with an ending that sticks the landing. I think for the love of Kingdom Hearts, that would be best. For the love of Kingdom Hearts, I do believe that would be best. And that's not to say that Kingdom Hearts can't continue, right? like the story can be finished, right? But that's when you get your big Union Cross remake and your big Dark Road remake. Like there's tons of ways the series can be honored even after the story's been told. You know, you could still make the Kingdom Hearts fighting game. You know what I'm saying? You could still do these things. But the chronology of the story, I do believe, should have a definitive ending with Nomura at the helm. Okay. I hope Kingdom Hearts has a bright future. I do too. I do too. And I think ultimately it will. Yo, the Artist Joint with the membership says if we do get Missing Link, you know what? That's right. If we do get Missing Link in one form or another, I hope it's before KH4. So there's no, this game is too complicated. You know, this is the thing. A story that hasn't delivered you all the context yet is not complicated. I know people will mix that up, right? But I think people not having the Missing Link context really won't trip them up too much, you know? Okay, so let's have a little fun here, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do. While we're here, okay, perfect. Oh, Prodigy is here. My man says Missing Link were the friends we made along the way. What's going on, Prodigy? I mean, if anyone here probably knows who this sicko is. But if you don't, make sure you follow Prodigy. Absolutely one of the elite Kingdom Hearts channels out there on the airwaves. What's going on, my dude? Days remake, exactly. That's kind of what I mean, is that even if the Kingdom Hearts story has a chronological ending, that does not mean it's the end of us having fun. Again, Days remake can be done then. Full-blown Union Cross MMO can be made then. Dark Road action combat game can be made then. The Kingdom Hearts fighting game can be made then. Like, we can still keep having fun, where the party can keep going. But I think honoring and securing and protecting Nomura's story and the legacy will be so primary to the longevity of the series. I really do believe that. And that if you want to spin off and make a new universe where you run around with Max and maybe one of Donald's nephews, or even like something like that, you could do that, right? But I do believe in always honoring Nomura's story, protecting it, securing it, and then if we want to keep the party going, that's when you get your Days remake, that's when you get your Union Cross MMO, Dark Road action game, fighting game, whatever you want. Make more rhythm games. Just have fun with it. Anyway. Well, no, because there's Birth by Sleep and Union Cross. I think I'm missing context on your guys' chat. I was thinking Missing Link in 4, we're going to end up having some connected functionality too. Probably, Adonai. I think the thing that made Missing Link exciting was that it was a very ambitious game. Like, there's no way around that. Missing Link was an ambitious game. And I think that's part of what made it exciting. And, you know, here's another, like, we've talked about some of the tragedies, the good and the bad, right? We've talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly of today's announcement. But I'll tell you this. Here's something not enough people are giving credit to. Don't sit there and act like Union Cross and Dark Road weren't responsible for some of the craziest hype and excitement and fun that this fan base has ever seen. Like, don't get me wrong. I see the silver lining of no more mobile games, console games only. I see that silver lining which could be extracted. But I think a lot of us would be kidding ourselves if we didn't realize how fulfilling and exciting having Union Cross was while we waited for KH3. In a post-KH3 world, between KH3 and Remind, there were these little nuggets of information and lore and story that just kept us all engaged, excited, learning more. There's going to be no replacing that. That's one of the things that we are losing. That's one of the things that we are losing. What Key and Union Cross gave us, that excitement in between releases, post-releases, right? Even Dark Road. Dark Road was a flop. But when they released those cutscenes, this fan base went insane. I saw it. I lived it. I went live. And that chat has never been more crazy than when we got that Dark Road cutscene finale. I'm going to tell you right now, because we spent, like, at the end of KH3, and those of you who have been with us for the long haul, you remember this. We were at the end of KH3, and I was like, guys, Xehanort ain't done. Xehanort ain't done. We're going to see young Xehanort and Quadratum. I started saying that. We started doing that in the chat. We came up with theories about how Xehanort's going to make a grand return. And then in Union Cross, at the ending, it was teased with Xehanort on Destiny Islands. And we're like, oh boy, here it comes, there it is. And then Dark Road drops. And he's like, oh, 14 lives, not 13 lives. I need a 14th life to see the new world. And then they drop the artwork with him in the umbrella. And we go insane. But that's been lost. And as happy as I am for the future of Kingdom Hearts to all be on a controller or even mouse keyboard for you sickos, I'm going to miss that. I am going to miss that which Union Cross, Key, and even Dark Road was able to give us. You know, I'm going to miss that. And I think that's one of the things when I see a lot of people sort of celebrating this. Not only are you considering Square Enix's very concerning financial status, not only are you ignoring that with this cancellation, you're ignoring all the hype that these games gave our fan base. You know? I guess that's all. I guess I made my point on that. I guess I've made my point. I remember you saying that, Landy. Yeah, y'all were there. Y'all were there. They said we were crazy, right? They called us crazy after KH3, where I was like, I think Xehanort's coming back. I don't think he's done. Then we got Remind. I'm like, see, he knew more than he let on. See? Then we get the Union Cross finale, and it was like, oh, dude, he's right there with the player. And then in Melody and Memory, he's in Kyrie's dreams. He was the one under the hood. And all of that was so exciting, watching that back and forth between mobile and console. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know? That's why the today's announcement, there's a good and a bad. But, you know, I will genuinely miss that. I hope, what I hope the team does, is they just release these cutscenes little by little. You know, because they talked about how, like, this game was supposed to be in tandem with KH4, right? So, like, they had cutscenes planned for before and after KH4. I really hope they stick with that, and that maybe there's an episodic release of these cutscenes they had planned. You know, that's one of the things that I felt was missing from today's announcement, where I do believe it's valid to feel the communication is lacking, because, yeah, I wish that they were like, you know, when Dark Road flopped, they let us know, hey, our team's still going to work on those cutscenes, and we're going to get them to you. So, you know, the fan base kind of shrugged and was like, okay, I don't got to play the mobile game. I'm going to get the cutscenes. Sure thing, Chief. I think what makes today's announcement concerning is they didn't give us a plan for the cutscenes. And I hope, so that we could keep that sort of mobile game excitement alive, that there's an episodic release of this stuff. Okay, Prodigy says, honestly, that's exactly trying to recommend people Union Cross Dark Road sucks so much because I have friends who refuse to play these titles no matter how good the stories are. Yeah, and that's, again, I think the best silver lining is that Kingdom Hearts just became way more appealing to casuals. Way more appealing. And I think, don't just double down on console only. That's it. Number titles only. That's it. That's it. Number titles only, baby. To the end. Although, you know me, I would love a fighting game, a spin-off game, Birth by Sleep 2. I won't complain if I get that. Okay. Kevin says, the hype that gave us was episodic. When it's a console game, it was full-on hype. But with Dark Road, Missing Link, and Key, they have us episode after episode of hype. It gave us something while we wait for the big ones. Yeah, there was something cool about that, like, drip excitement, you know? Excuse me. Ooh. Excuse me. Seeing all the good responses to the cancellation is so frustrating. Yeah, you know, I don't think people are wrong if they want to focus on the silver linings. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. In fact, it's a way that some people can cope with the bad news. If you want to focus on the good of today's announcement, that's fine. But I think you would be wise to acknowledge what we've lost. Loro says, if this isn't the ending you desired, if this brings you despair, then leave this world for another. Your options are endless. Well, see you guys. Sigurd in the KH4 trailer was foreshadowing Missing Link's cancellation by telling us to go play another franchise instead. Nomura's 13D dress strikes again. Got him. Got him. Hot take. Besides from Yozora and Kairi, no one needs a non-numbered game. Dex, swoosh. Swoosh, bro. Swoosh. With you. The only spin-off games we want are a Verum Rex one and a Kairi one. Dribble, dribble, shoot, and swish, baby. By the way, let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Anyway, all right. So just checking it, has been canceled Missing Link. Yeah, it's done. It's done. I would have loved to have seen Missing Link just be an online console game, but I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, I think we're toast. I think we're toast. I just noticed this whole time the YouTube chat's not populating on the screen. Oh my God. We have to fix that. Good thing I know how. Okay. Jeez. I wish I noticed that a little sooner. But hey, better late than never, right? Okay, copy that. Let's actually get you guys on the screen now. Okay. Console games can still release episodes. I just think that sort of live service approach is completely dead. Yeah, the YouTubers aren't showing on stream. Yeah. I wish I noticed that sooner. Can you tell Can you tell I'm off my game? Can you tell? But honestly, I don't even think the YouTube chats are populating. You know what, y'all are? I might just remove you guys completely. Oh, because this is for. I gotcha. We're still rolling, right? Yeah, we're still rolling. There we go. And then give me this chat. Embed chat. And we'll get that fixed. Okay. Close that out for now. Okay. We definitely need to see all of Melody and Memory's story someday in some format. Yeah, I definitely agree. Or do you mean Master of Masters? I think you mean Master of Masters. I said it earlier, but you might have missed it. I definitely missed it. I'll tell you that right now. I definitely missed it. But since you guys are the only chat that's really getting after it right now, I might just isolate us to that. So let's give me this a refresh. The missing chat. Yeah, no, we got it. Again, we're live producing. We are live producing, baby. Chat, yep, give me this. And then maybe. I'd have to blow that up. Okay. That's not going to work. I have to make the fonts bigger, which I can do. Live production, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. Live production. Okay. Let's. Okay. All right. You know what? We're just going to have to roll without it. Get it out of here, too. Okay. Will we ever learn more about Brain? Yeah, we will. Nomura loves him too much. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the story's going to be fine. I guess that's my thesis for the episode. The story's going to be fine. The story's not going anywhere. The tragedy is in the loss of gameplay, us getting to all play together, do raid battles, and the loss of, like, the community excitement that this used to generate. That is the ultimate tragedy of what's been lost here. You know? Again, that's the ultimate tragedy of what we've lost. Which, again, that was something I always enjoyed. Always. I will miss it. I'm going to try and reboot the chat one more time. The Legend of Player, a link between missings. I like it. I'd play that game, Lauro. I'd play that game. There's only just 3 more games not coming before 4. It's Verum Rex, a Kyrie game, and Epilogue. At this point, the only expectations I have are Kingdom Hearts 4. I have no other expectation. Yeah, chat's not populating, but that's fine. Okay, let's see here. We're good. Beautiful. To be fair, maybe Missing Link now won't be necessary viewing, or if it is, it's just more accessible. They make the viewing more accessible. Yeah, the character customization too would have been fun. That would have been fun. All right, let me see how we're doing here. Whoa! I did not know we had 100 people watching. Well, thanks for joining us, and be sure to absolutely decimate that like button so the almighty algorithm could see us. Only big news like this can bring 100 people into my stream. But thanks for chilling, guys. It was cool. Thanks for hanging out with us while we chat. Okay. I don't understand only caring about the main characters. You know, it's someone like me, I love a lot of the supporting cast, but I want as much focus on Sora, Riku, Kairi as possible. Like, as possible. If not focus the entire story on them. That's really where I'm at. Oh, you know something? I might have inadvertently figured it out. Your boy might have figured it out. We can get the chat on screen. I think your boy figured it out. And then if I just do a little... Nope. I thought zooming in would work. But it doesn't. All right. Maybe there's something I could do. Nah. Back to this. All right. If Square Enix reveals the Master of Masters face in the next KH4 trailer, are you okay with that? I would... okay, I'm glad you asked. I would be so angry if they showed his face in the trailer. I would be angry. Genuinely angry and upset if they showed that man's face in the trailer. I think that would be a tragedy and a waste of an awesome moment. Truly. Truly. I just love both the main characters and the side characters equally. I mean, I have a lot of love for the side characters, right? But I just want as much focus on Sora, Riku, Kairi as possible. Right? They were there in Kingdom Hearts 1. They are the core. They are the core. Will's word says, I am certain Master of Masters looks like young Ericus. I mean, we're this is, guys, I miss spiraling on these theories with you guys. And that's the thing. Those of you who were there, we were rolling. We were rolling when the mobile games were dropping stuff. His face needs to be kept hidden until the end, like Mickey and KH1. Yeah, I agree. I just have my character hyperfixations. I got a few of those too. I was especially like that when I was younger. All right. I won't lie. As much as I love having over 100 people in here, I'm afraid I've said all that I want to say. But it looks like we're spiraling into a very open Kingdom Hearts chat, and I don't mind that. Let's just maybe chat a little KH before we wrap up today. Let's see. I think the cast has been too bloated. I would actually agree with that. I do think the Kingdom Hearts cast has been a little bit bloated as of late. I think it would be wise to downsize and let certain characters fade into the background. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think it makes any character better or worse. But ultimately, I think it's time for the main characters to take center stage. Because we all know we're on borrowed time. At least with this series, we all know we're on borrowed time. And personally, I would like to see them get it to its rightful conclusion. Have you seen the Duskfade game? It's similar to Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I did actually see that. You know what? We got people in here. Let's pull something up. So I don't know how many of you have seen this game, but let's lift our mood a little bit. Here's a game that's being made with a lot of Kingdom Hearts influence. It's called Dusk Fade. I'm going to keep it muted just for now. Actually, screw it. Let's give him some sound. Let's give it some sound. There we go.
But
So this is definitely a very Kingdom Hearts inspired game. It's a callback to a lot of those KH2 platformer action games. And it looks fun. You know, I think in the wait for... You don't let this wait for Kingdom Hearts distract you from the fact a lot of cool things are happening in the gaming world right now. Like, what games have you all been playing while you wait? Because I've been all in on Expedition 33 lately, and that's a game I can't recommend enough, particularly if you like turn-based combat. But again, you have a lot of people, like the developer of this game, who clearly you can see the Kingdom Hearts influence, right? I like that it doesn't look like a Kingdom Hearts clone, right? You're seeing a little bit of like Sonic Adventure in there. I like that it's not a Kingdom Hearts clone, because I think a Kingdom Hearts clone is useless. Why are you going to sell me a Temu version of Kingdom Hearts? This is like, it's building off. It builds off of it, and I think that's a really cool approach. So yeah, Dusk Fade. And I know Jared, Gamers Joint, has done some coverage on it as well. But yeah, lift our mood, show off something that is happening, not just talking about what isn't happening. Okay. I've been playing Metaphor ReFantazio. It's so good. Metaphor is so much fun. Can't recommend that game enough either. Recently went back to Street Fighter. Was it Mai that brought you back? I have to ask. Lies of P. Hey, there you go. Borderlands 4. Hype has me playing 3 again. All right. Finally got The World Ends With You final remix. Classic. Absolute downright classic. I am addicted to Marvel Rivals right now, Landy. Spider-Man, I have had so much fun with Marvel Rivals. As someone who gets called a Marvel hater, I've had a blast with Marvel Rivals. Okay, I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei 5, another classic. Honkai Star Rail, but been meaning to continue your FF7 journey. My goodness. It's like Kingdom Hearts meets Sonic meets Ratchet and Clank. It's just a callback to, in my opinion, the greatest era of gaming, the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era. It just seems like a callback to all of that. Still playing FF16? Hey, take your time with it, bro. Oh, take your time with it. What's the rush? I've not seen Thunderbolts. I don't really care to see it. I feel like I'll end up watching it because my friend or my brother or someone who really likes it will put it on when we're hanging out. But I have no drive to go see Thunderbolts myself, if that makes sense. Persona 5, classic. OG7, classic. Dishonored 2, never played, but reputationally a classic. Started Astrobot and Wukong. I can personally vouch for Astrobot. It's amazing. If Star Wars appears in KH4, Darth Vader should appear? Yeah. I'll tell you right now. If Square Enix likes money, just do a Darth Vader boss fight. For God's sake. Oh. That yawn took it out of me. Might be time to brew up some more coffee or some tea. Whoo, baby. But, you know, guys, I am feeling a live stream after this. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. You guys let me know. I'm not going to promise that I'll stream. I'm definitely going to take a bit of a break once I get off this podcast. So, what game should I play? Let's put this up. But no, a Darth Vader boss fight? Yeah, I can chat while I do this. A Darth Vader boss fight will make Square Enix... Like, I know people have mixed feelings about including Marvel and, like, Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts, but honestly, I feel like the series is in a place where that's what they should do. That's really what they should do. Okay, and now let's add an option. Expedition 33. Okay, guys, let's start a poll. After today's podcast, I may stream one of those 3 games. And if I do, I will do the one that you guys pick. But going back to the Darth Vader boss fight, let me tell you something right now. Whoop, that's the wrong one. That is the wrong one. There we go. Didn't need to have myself on the screen. Let's swap that back. Perfect. Okay. Darth Vader boss fight. We'll do, like, so much for the series. They should keep it to the original trilogy. That's what's most popular. That's what Star Wars fans would want. I really don't want a Vader fight, mainly because it seems like it should be solely Luke's fight. It can be solely Luke's fight to win, and then at the end of the cutscene, Vader can knock you back and Luke can come bail you out. You know what I'm saying? Kevin says, if we get a Star Wars boss fight, be for Y'shtola? What? Kevin, please clear that up. I don't know what Star Wars and Y'shtola have to do with each other, but I love both of those, so let me know. My understanding of the light-darkness dichotomy is that it may not mesh one-to-one with the same things of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, and I think that can be highlighted. You know what I'm saying? Harmony, I see your point, but I would actually like to see that differentiation between the two worlds called into question. And maybe that causes conflict between the Kingdom Hearts and Star Wars characters. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Luke could be a party member. Maybe you help Luke defeat Darth Vader. Know what I'm saying? I just want her in the game first. Oh, you're saying you want Y'shtola in Kingdom Hearts before Star Wars? Well, look, bro. As someone who loves both Star Wars and FF14, yeah, I would put Y'shtola in Kingdom Hearts before Darth Vader, yeah. I'll take either one. But I'll tell you right now, Final Fantasy crossovers will be limited mostly to characters Nomura has created. Mostly. The artist joined with the $1 super chat. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Artist Joint. I appreciate that very much. If they're doing Star Wars, I need Ahsoka there. I wouldn't mind if they went prequel, so long as it's Ahsoka during the Clone Wars. Can I say that? So long as it's Ahsoka during the Clone Wars. Do you think Sora should be a Jedi or Rebel? All right, time to get on my fucking soapbox. If Disney just incorporated the novels and all the Star Wars expanded universe, Sora could be one of the Greys. He could be one of the Greys, because that would fit in with the themes of Kingdom Hearts. But, as was pointed out in this chat, there is a bit of a difficulty with taking characters from a series where the light, darkness, good, bad binary isn't so simple and trying to fit them into said binary. So, my answer is Sora should have been one of the Greys. Ultimately, you're going to have to give him a blue lightsaber. Not a green. Green is for the more advanced, typically speaking. It's for the more advanced wielders. Gonna have to give him that blue. He's a rebel. But also it depends on the themes of KH4. Imagine, right? Because here's the thing. It might have to play into the themes of the game, and this could be what's exciting. Maybe Sora is a villain in Quadratum, right? It's most likely his fault that the Heartless are showing up in Quadratum. So maybe this is like Sora's a villain. You know? So maybe he's wielding a red lightsaber because on the other side of reality, heroes like Sora are now villains. Okay. Oh, like unknown. Sora with a white lightsaber would be cool. I would like that. Anakin boss fight on Mustafar. I would love that. I would have loved Clone Wars and Missing Link. Yeah. Please give us a line in KH4 saying we're missing a link. They have to. They have to, Sid. They must. That's true. For example, when you study the Star Wars philosophy, many of the Disney princesses have a little bit of Sith in them. Yeah, you may have to explain that to me. You may have to explain that to me. Know what I'm saying? I don't want to say much, but play the Fallen Order series. Question. Is the Fallen Order series considered canon? You know what? That word doesn't even mean anything anymore in Star Wars, so whatever. If Sora does fight Darth Vader, it should be non-canon scenario, like maybe before Vader goes to reunite with Luke, something like that. Or it could be like in between episode 3 and episode 4. Like maybe... I don't want to get too fan-fiction-y here. Landy, this is random, but do you happen to know the actual cutscene name for KH3's secret ending? I don't. Not off the top of my head. It is canon. Noted. Noted. Ultimike is here. What's up, Ultimike? I respect that PFP. It's just a little bit, but they do things like follow their dreams and desires. Those dreams and desires are not necessarily dark. Yeah, it's desire. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Back to it. Let Sora fight Stormtroopers. Bro, if you get a game over because of Stormtroopers, you should have to uninstall the game. Because Stormtroopers notoriously can't aim, right? So if you're Sora and you die against Stormtroopers, you should have to uninstall the game. You can reinstall it and play again, but you should force yourself to uninstall it, sit with yourself for a minute, reinstall it, then continue playing. Okay. Okay. All right, we're past the hour and a half mark. The chat ain't working on stream. I've run out of things to say about Missing Link. I do think we're going to wrap up the stream here. It's just called Yozora, so it's called Night Sky. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to wrap up the stream here. This was awesome. I had a great time. Love being back and chatting with you guys. I'm going to get to fleshing out the new lodge. We're going to put a lot of decor up on these walls. Make it a little bit more colorful around here. It was great doing this. And I really, those of you who chose to hang out with us today, I do appreciate it. Honestly, I got a lot of love for all of you. You make hanging out in here, talking Kingdom Hearts, lots of fun. But we're going to wrap this up. I might stream later tonight. It looks like Marvel Rivals won the poll. But I might veto the vote because Expedition 33 is that good. But we're going to wrap it up, guys. We'll be back. We're going to do a First Soldier stream sometime in the next few days. Thanks for hanging out. Look, we'll keep the Kingdom Hearts stuff coming. And, yeah, once I'm fully moved into this house, we'll be back at it full steam. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you all in the next one. How's Twitch looking? I got enough that I could raid? Not really. All right, gang. Peace out. I'll see you all around. Have a great rest of the day. Who do I main? I mostly main Mantis, but I've gotten really good with Emma. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. See you all in the next one. Peace.
한숨만을 삼키고서 기다리곤 했지 낯선 곳에